everyone. How are you? Hey, when you're going over some of the questions you've been asked more than once, it actually never dawned on me that maybe I should put this into a video format for people with some lengthier response and emotion. So this past weekend, I spent some time and I went over the questions I've been asked in the past year. I've likely responded to them or I haven't responded to them. There's been lots. So I think for this round of questions, I'll focus a little more on the business side, okay? Let's start with this one. What do you do in your job as president? I think my son described this the best. I have the most boring job around. And I'll preface that by saying my job description differs from my father's when he was president of the company. I don't find myself involved in the day-to-day activities of the company as often as he would have. My job is to look at the group of companies from a higher level and where we need to go strategically by securing land, ensuring that we continue to sell homes. I mean, I spent a lot of time in meetings and in online calls lately. I spent a lot of time networking. I even spend time dealing with politicians, bureaucrats, even industry people through a few boards and committees, and like-minded business people throughout the province. I even spend time in the evening, surprise, on social media telling my stories. Fun, huh? Hey, another question I received is, have you found it being difficult being openly gay in your industry? Good one. I know the construction industry has a stereotype attached to it, and it's an old stereotype. It's not the 60s anymore. So where I thought there would be some difficulties of acceptance, there really hasn't been. I think you can run into issues no matter what the industry. But in my case, I've received a lot of positive comments and experienced very few negatives. Part of what I like to do is normalize it, and that's been enough. I mean, all I can end with is just be yourself no matter what. If people have an issue with it, hey, they're gonna get over it. Now, one excellent question I was asked is, how do you determine what specs or specifications go into a home? Lots of market research, and I'm going to do a video at a later date. Lots of social listening, feedback from your sales team, reviewing your upgrades from sales, and having some focus on major emerging trends. Take a look down south, see what's happening in the busiest city centers, and understanding how things are changing around you. The nice part is there's nothing set in stone. So if there's something that requires change, we're able to move quickly with the marketplace. Now, I think the last question to bring up today is, would you ever consider running for politics? I'd have to say yes and no. I'm generally a very pragmatic person and open to opinion. I mean, some of the foolishness that takes place on social media and in the media towards politics, it really turns people off. I mean, truthfully, if you can't say it to that person's face, don't say it at all. I think it takes a very thick skin to be in that game, and understanding that there are some similarities to being here in business and some differences when you're trying to find a happy balance on social issues with the people you represent. I mean, it's not off the table, but it's not something I would consider at this point in time in my life. And I hope you enjoyed this little Q&A today. And if you did, let me know right down below in those comments, and I'll make a part 2 later this year. And of course, likes, shares, hey, they're always appreciated. And I'll leave you with this one final thought. Earn it. Don't expect it. Take care.